I think sometimes we mix up the term mental health as if it's a bad term. I've been sad before and I've been depressed, and I know the difference between the two. Being depressed is sometimes something you need to go speak to someone about, a professional counselor. And I've done that when I was just extremely stressed with the impact of my job, relationships, and life going on. When other times I was just sad because, something made me sad. I found out somebody got hurt or somebody got demoted, and, I would be sad. It's important for everyone to know the difference between the two, because sadness is not a diagnosis, it's life. I had to deal with quite a few people coming to my office on a regular basis to vent to me. They would tell me things about their relationship with their wives, relationship with their children, relationship with themselves, and they would tell me that they didn't feel comfortable in this life anymore. That's an example. People would come to me and tell me that they didn't feel like living anymore. So I would have to immediately stop what I was doing, listen to them for a little while. Some people, you have to take their weapons from them. So you have to ask them to give you their weapons back. And there was this one situation where I gave somebody I went to their house. It was myself and someone else, and the person gave me their weapons, but they were clearing out the ammo while they were handing me their weapons. Now, this is a courageous person, and I appreciate him for doing that. But it was still a strange situation to be in, even being a former cop, dealing with someone who had a stressful situation going on, and then on top of that, didn't feel like their life was going to extend for very long. That was a difficult situation. But what he did afterwards was, he was a man of faith. So I know he prayed, and he went to a mental health facility overnight for a couple of days, and he came out much better. Yeah, some folks actually went the suicide route. And those are usually folks that feel like they're by themselves. Anytime someone feels that way and we call it a successful attempt. Successful is a terrible word to use for that. It's usually more positive, but a successful attempt is someone feeling like they have no one to turn to, and their situation that they go through can't be resolved without them being gone from this planet. And actually dealt with that. And then what people don't realize or think about is the impact they leave behind for all the people that love for them, they care for them, and they just work with them. And they left behind a mass void, and you just never know. There are loads, literally loads of places for people to go. The resources are limitless. There are on base resources. People can go to mental health, actual military providers. They can go to a site called Military One Source where they can call. There's a suicide hotline that people can call. There are conferences that happen. There are anonymous ways of people contacting someone who can help them. And when I believe every quarter, every Air Force member has to get at least 1 hour of resilience training. And resilience is what I was talking about earlier. It's a facilitator, like in a class, they talk about spiritual, mental, and social, and there's another one, but they pretty much make sure people get at least 4 hours of training. You have different squadrons that do different types of off-site events. They go hiking, they go bowling. There's unlimited resources, but you can only reach who wants to be reached.